Hey everyone, my name is Mark. I am a pastor, and I'm also a Magic the Gathering player that is getting back into the game after being away since the late 90s. I've been playing paper Magic since about January, pretty regularly, once a week at my local gaming store. And so the whole idea behind this video is that I record games that I play on Arena, then talk about them afterwards. My goal for this is for me to get better at my plays. I misplay a lot, so I'm trying to hoping that after I talk through them, my thinking, what's going on. I'll get better at that. I won't keep making the misplays that I do, and also as a better way of gauging what my opponent is doing. Because those are the two things that I really struggle with. I make misplays, and I tend to not really know what my opponent is doing or being able to guess it very well. So I just played a game of Arena. I just played my blue-white Angels deck. I lost, and so let's talk through it. And I've been doing one-on-one standard, mostly because that's just an easy way for me to play. So here we go. Yeah? I've already told you how to do it. Oh, as you can see here, my kids are here, so they're in the background too. So I didn't realize I picked up their audio. Do the same thing. So here we go. I left, even though I did not have a blue mana, I still decided to keep it since I had the two angels and the angel secluded courtyard. So here we go. So right away, I think this is where my problem began. I didn't really have a really good 2-drop. This deck needs my Gaiata to pop out so then I can start putting counters on my angels and getting them ahead of time. But I didn't have that. So as you can see, I've got nothing. Don't have my island. I have some Fading Hopes in my hand that I can't do anything with. Declare an angel, and then decide that I need to try to get some kind of lands. So I play my Inspiring Overseer. But I've also noticed my opponent hasn't really done anything either. But then here they go. So they are playing... I pretty much knew at this point that I think they were playing a default deck that's about getting big creatures out quickly. And then pumping them up as much as possible. I don't have a lot of great things to handle that, or at this moment, and I didn't get another land source, so I decided that let's get a flyer with Vigilance. They don't have flyers, and let's wipe out the Planeswalker. Even though I believe the Planeswalker had already done what it needed to do, which is get those 2/2s out there. Here comes an enchantment that doubles damage. I let this in through first. Didn't want to lose my creatures right away. Finally got my blue island. This is a little late, to be honest. Should have been there sooner. Then, here's where I confused. I didn't know what to cast. Decided to pop off the enchantment instead of getting another creature on the board, and then finally getting another 2-drop on the board, which has lifelink. And I decided to squeeze on top. So they've got 5 mana, 6 mana now, which means they can start bringing some big stuff. And then this guy causing problems. Has hexproof. I don't really have an effective way to kill it, especially since my angels need counters to really pump up. And I don't have Gaiata that allows angels to come in with +1/+1 for every other angel out there. So at this point I knew that it would take a bit of a miracle for me to actually win this game. So again, I wanted to try to cycle and scry through my deck a bit, which is why I believe I decided to pick the Errata in Gaiata. That's a cool feature that lets me play flash cards off the top of my library. But as you see on the top of my library, it's a land, so that's not really that helpful. Took a look at this creature, realized there's going to be problems. And decided just to get some damage, a little damage in as much as I can. That hexproof on there is really a big problem. So they're not missing their land drops. Every turn they're able to put some land out there. So And then they brought a first strike with reach, which then limits my attackers. Again, my attackers are small. I really need Gaiata to pump up my angels. So we get another enchantment that then is also going to pump up the creatures that I really don't have much I can deal with. But I am hopeful. My hope, like this card down in the bottom, was fading, but I had hope. So I decided to play a little bit of a game based on the features of Metropolitan Reformer. Metropolitan Reformer has kind of a reversed lifelink that the damage dealt to it then becomes life for you. So first off, I decided to get rid of one of those tokens. Scry that to the bottom, get that land out. I want some creatures. Oh wait, no, I kept that there because I wanted another land source because I only had one island. That's right. If I had had a double island there, this probably would, the game would have been a little bit different. So I still had hope that I could maybe figure out a way out of this. Took 4 damage, but then because of the 8 damage done to it, I was able to bring my life total up to 17. Alright, have my second island source. Notice I have a flyer on top of the library. Played that out. Again, these are not powerful creatures though, so there's not much I can do. Then there's another land on top, which again, I was really hoping would be an angel. Didn't know what to do here. I decided to play my Steel Seraph, which honestly I think was a mistake. I should have held that off, to be honest, possibly. Yes, I should have held that off, and here's why. Because I used up all my mana for this turn, and they've got 2 tokens on the battlefield. And when I attacked, I forgot that the other creature up there, over here, had reach. Which means it's not going to do any damage whatsoever to each other. So it's a wasted play. So I should have held that Steel Seraph, I think, off one more round. Again, bigger Arlene Pack Hope. It's going to be able to bring a couple more tokens out onto the field, which they do very quickly. And with that, and the Helena and Elena partners, and the other one being able to give creatures more counters, and then the Howling at the Moon giving more creatures more power, this was pretty much it. If I had been able to use the Fading Hope, I might have been able to drop one of the other creatures the last turn. So here, at this point, decided to then, thinking about what I can do, knowing I pretty much had already lost the game, but refusing to concede yet. Declare blockers. And then decided to flip one of the tokens out of the rain, scry down the deserted beach, and hope that there was something on top of it. Okay, so now I'm only down to 13. Again, 14 life. Now here's where I screwed up, another misplay. I put that on the land first, even though there was a flash commando right on top of my library. I could have waited. That was a big mistake, because that would have taken over the Howling Moon right away. Now this is my... I did get another flyer, which is something. But see how that other commando there? I could have killed the Howling Moon before this ability activated. So I helped to create an actual another token because of that. So that was a misplay. I should have done the commando first, then I could have done the island to get an island, or seen what's underneath that commando. So here I knew like there was not much I could do. Set a vigilance anyways. And the game plan from the opponent is just pretty much the same thing over and over and over again. Right? And here's the other part of that misplay earlier. See how all my mana has been used up, and I have a Surge of Salvation in my hand. Again, I didn't pay attention to the fact that they had red mana out. Just didn't really think about it, and I could have used it to also just hell off Helena, and also the damage done by Helena, and also the damage by the Reckless Stormseeker. So that was a mistake as well. Not that I don't think it would have changed the outcome of the game, but that was a misplay by not having a spare piece of mana here. So this is just, this is just for funds, really. Can't believe I survived this turn. Got me another land. Great. Play it. Got something off the top of my library. Great. Gets me to draw a card. Another piece of land. And then I don't have a creature. I got a Spell Pierce on top. Which would have been helpful in the earlier part of the game, but not now. So here, my plays now are just to get some of those little goals that you can get in Arena, where you do X, Y, and Z, and you get some extra gold or experience. So that's why I'm casting these spells now. And then, I completed the game. So that's that round. I think there were several misplays. Things I can do better is to make sure that I keep mana available as needed. Play the order right. I don't have to play a land right away during the opening part of my main phase. I can wait. And also pay attention a little bit better to what the opponent is doing. So that's hopefully my learning. We'll see if it sticks. Thanks for watching.